has sparked off a controversy with his remarks on having a male heir. In fact, speaking at an event, he said that he wished for a son to carry forward his legacy, adding that his house feels like a girls' hostel due to the presence of his daughters and granddaughters. This statement has triggered a massive backlash, with many calling it sexist and outdated. South megastar Chiranjeevi facing backlash over his sexist comments at the Brahmanandam release event. Let's go across to my colleague Shamit, joining us on the broadcast with the details. Shamit, Chiranjeevi sparking off a controversy with his comments. Take us through the details.
Well, Pratibha, he was speaking actually. Anchor was asking him a question, showing a photograph, him along with his granddaughter. And after seeing that photograph, he responded to the anchor who was standing there on the stage. He was sitting as a chief guest in the Brahmanandam movie. And the Brahmanandam actor, he's also a very renowned actor. He can be seen sitting behind Chiranjeevi. And Chiranjeevi responding to that picture, he stated that when I'm at residence, because there are several girls at his residence, basically he was very casual and in a humor way he stated it. But, what he said is that sparked the row. He said that, when I'm at home, I feel like, I'm a hostel warden and, there is no boy around me and there are all girls. And Ramcharan loves that girl. So basically, Ramcharan loves his daughter, and I'm scared that, laughingly said that, I'm scared that he might again give birth to the daughter. And I feel that, our legacy should continue. So, lovely kids. This is what exactly he said. And, later after that, several are calling this as an, a sexist comment, or mainly, male hair, is even in 2025, people are commenting that they want male hair, and people like Chiranjeevi, he's a megastar. And he's commenting this way is what you are stating, Pratibha.
All right, Shamit, stay with us. Brinda Adige, activist, also joining us on the broadcast. Ms. Brinda Adige, the statement Chiranjeevi claims was made in jest, but issues like this concern people across the country. This is a very, very important issue. Joking about an issue like this, he says, my house feels like a girls' hostel and I wished for a son.
Remark. Even if he claims that he did it in jest, we know that that is his mindset. And a public figure of that caliber has no right to make these statements in a public platform. You and me know that, government and all organizations are trying hard to bring some semblance on gender equity and equality. And you have people like Chiranjeevi making these callous statements, this so patriarchal and chauvinist statements. What does it mean? All the work that we do will go to naught. And what does he mean, carrying forward the legacy, carrying forward the ancestry? Does he not know without a woman that none of that can happen? He's continuing the medieval feudal mindset of a boy who's going to carry forward the entire family's legacy. All of this just goes to show that these are people who are not in sync with the world today, with India today, and India that is talking about equality for all, especially women. And gender equality is our program in every scheme, in every law that we are talking about. I hope this man not only apologizes, but realizes that it was a callous statement to make, especially when he has such a huge fan following.
Absolutely. A cultural preference for sons or male children is something that the officials are trying to look at time and again, and there is a huge change from what the situation was several decades ago. Chiranjeevi making such a statement in a casual manner, even if he claims it was a joke, is it acceptable or not? Brinda, again, I request you to stay with us. I want to hear from Rahul Ishwar as well, joining us on the broadcast. Rahul Ishwar, Chiranjeevi is facing backlash for his statement. His statement has been dubbed sexist.
It's perfectly okay for him to wish for a boy and Ramcharan and Upasanaji to have a boy. But he should have articulated it better. He should not have said it something like a ladies' hostel in jest, because he is a person who is one of the greatest superstars from the southern industry. We are all huge admirers. I'm absolutely sure he didn't mean anything bad. He being a person of his stature, he didn't mean anything bad. And he only said he wants a boy because their legacy of having a great family tradition of being in heroes continue. So I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt. And Brinda Adigeji's spirit is correct, but I believe even she will agree clearly that he had no malice or he had no bad intention, because his family already has 6 to 8 girl kids from his daughters, their granddaughters and all. So he said in a very light vein. I think we should definitely take it like that, because there is no malice, there is no mens rea.
No malice meant, Rahul Ishwar, you're saying no malice is meant, it was made in jest. He said his house feels like a ladies' hostel. Apart from that, you're saying that it should not be taken so seriously, but this is a person, this is an actor who has a great influence on people, and that's the reason why his statement has come under scrutiny. Abha Singh also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Abha Singh. Do you think we should not read too much into it? Because Chiranjeevi has said that he wants a grandson to carry forward his legacy.
You know, that of course is a very wrong statement to make, that too in a country like India, which still has feticide happening, where girls are aborted in the womb only because the preference for a male child continues, and that too at a time when Supreme Court has come with laws like giving girls equal rights in property, making daughters karta in the household, in the HUF, that they can also act as kartas in the property. So I think at a time like this, talking of statement like that he needs a grandson to carry on the legacy is absolutely wrong. It's to be condemned, and I think he should come with a statement saying that it was taken in a lighter context and he did not mean it. He must say that, so that the damage which he has done by this statement should be reversed, because they all have a big fan following, and people who hear them would think, yes, son carries legacy and a daughter does not. So they not only it would give an impetus to feticide, but also neglecting the girl child at home. And also, if you see people who have 2 daughters are trying for a 3rd child, always thinking that he will be a son. So the second daughter is always at the receiving end. So all these factors we still see in the society, and I think Chiranjeevi has destroyed the cause of women, because here we are coming with such positive verdicts from the courts, from the society, and then when these stars, people like Chiranjeevi, say that they are longing for a son, it definitely lowers the esteem of the girl in the society. It lowers the esteem of the mother who produces a girl child. So definitely he should apologize and take back this statement.
Absolutely, because India's skewed sex ratio has been a concern. Chiranjeevi speaking about a serious issue like this, even if he claims that he made it in jest, is it acceptable or not? It has sparked off a debate, a lot of controversy around it, with many saying such words are unacceptable. Listen in to what Chiranjeevi said.
ఇంట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా నాకు మా గ్రాండ్ డాటర్స్ ఉన్నట్టు ఉండదు, ఒక లేడీస్ హాస్టల్ వార్డెన్ లాగా ఉంటుంది నాకు. లేడీస్ హాస్టల్ వార్డెన్ లాగా చుట్టూ ఆడపిల్లలే, ఒక్క మగాడు. చరణ్ ఈసారి కానీ సరే.
So he says, my house feels like a ladies' hostel. I feel like a house warden, and there are many who are cheering. But it doesn't end there. Then the actor goes on to say that he wants a grandson to carry forward his legacy. So the activists are now slamming Chiranjeevi for making this statement, saying India has a skewed sex ratio. There is the issue of female feticide. These are very, very serious issues. Rahul Ishwar continues to stay live with us. Rahul Ishwar, we just played a part of what Chiranjeevi said. We'll play out his entire statement as well. You're saying we should give him the benefit of doubt. But the concern comes in over the fact that Chiranjeevi is somebody who has immense influence, and his statements go to every corner of the country, and there will be people who will be listening. Even if there is a slight influence on an issue like this, which is so important, so significant, especially for India, should he be making such jokes?
I totally agree with Abha ma'am and Vrinda ma'am in their spirit. But I think, are we not reading too much into the statement? Because he said it in a very lighter context. He said it in a different context altogether. So I believe we should be giving him benefit of the doubt and not read too much into it. No.
Okay, all right. Well, the government has taken many initiatives to promote girl child birth. Abha Singh is also with us. Mr. Abha Singh, do you agree with what Rahul Ishwar is saying? This is an actor who is saying something in jest. Why make a big issue of it?
So as I said, that why we are making a big issue out of it is because these are the people who change the mindsets, who change the perception and vision of the society.
Absolutely.
So if Chiranjeevi is longing for a son to carry legacy, if you are attaching this point that only a son carries on the legacy and a daughter does not, so then again feticide would rise and people will not like a girl child, would rather prefer a son, because we are trying to change the mindset and gradually mindset is changing. You have daughters lighting the pyre of their dead father's parents. So then again it would be that no, legacy goes on with the son, so we don't need a daughter. So So that mindset is what we feel. So he may have jested about it, but this is a very sensitive issue which we should not jest about.
Absolutely. Mr. Abha Singh, thank you for joining us and putting things in perspective. Adwaita Kala also on the broadcast with us. Ms. Adwaita Kala, the actor said that he wants a grandson to carry forward his legacy. Do you think for a person like Chiranjeevi, who commands immense influence, he should be making such a statement?
I mean, it just reflects a mindset, having said that, that only a boy can carry forward a legacy. You would expect people in such high powerful positions to be changing the narrative that has been set in society about which gender carries forward a legacy. And I think it's a very unfortunate that he would have such a close-minded view of this, especially in this time and age where girls are just achieving so much.
Absolutely. But, for those who say that this is a comment that was made in jest, he's an actor who was just making a comment at one of the ceremonies, what would you say to the kind of influence that he commands and the reason why, even if in jest, this is unacceptable?
Well, I think part of the reason is because that influence is so profound. This is a superstar. This is someone who's literally worshipped in his region.
Yes.
And for him to say something like that has a profound impact on people who don't know any better and are really looking at these sinner idols as, some sort of moral authority in their lives. And that is problematic. It's not so much as, him making a joke.
Yes.
He's, of course, entitled to do that. It's just that when you're at that position of influence, you have to be very careful.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Chiranjeevi making this statement is unacceptable because of the influence that he commands. There are people across the country, people across in places across the country who will be listening to his statement and be influenced by his mindset. Listen in to what he said exactly.
ఇంట్లో ఉన్నప్పుడల్లా నాకు మా గ్రాండ్ డాటర్స్ ఉన్నట్టు ఉండదు. ఒక లేడీస్ హాస్టల్ వార్డెన్ లాగా ఉంటుంది నాకు. లేడీస్ హాస్టల్ వార్డెన్ లాగా చుట్టూ ఆడపిల్లలే, ఒక్క మగాడు. చరణ్ ఈసారికైనా సరే ఇంకొక అబ్బాయిని కనరా, మన లెగసీ కంటిన్యూ అవ్వాలరా అని కోరిక. తనకి అసలు ఈ ముద్దు ఈ అమ్మాయి అంటేనే మళ్ళీ ఇంకో అమ్మాయిని కంటడేమో నా భయం.
The skewed sex ratio in the country, female feticide, these are very, very serious issues, Mr. Chiranjeevi. And with a statement that my legacy will continue only with a grandson is going to undo the work that people have done, the government has done over several decades. Unacceptable remarks. Let's see what the reaction of Chiranjeevi will be, whether he will issue an apology or not. For now, quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.